You have to wear more because it was a cold night. And I replied, I didn't bring so thick coat, but if you are feeling cold, I want to bring you. I want to be with you. And I have already gone through all those gossips. Every day I have heard similar voices. I'm quite familiar with that. In China, to be more specific, 500 million are criticizing us doing a bad job, and another 100 million people are educating me how to make a good product. It is a quite normal thing. When I come back, I'm not going to teach you how to make good product. Instead, I was asked, are we going to attend the conference room or not? I'm going to think a few minutes before I give him or her comfortable answer. And I want to make a very good message. If I want to attend a meeting, I want to make it in the evening, in the later part of the day, because I want to prepare myself better to give you more information and knowledge. And I convinced myself, today I'm going to show up at the conference room because it was a continuous event. I'm not going to stop it. It's like we are destroy the behavior art. On certain cases, I have a strong feeling that I believe it's more like a behavior art. In the short term, in a short period, it's very hard for me to express yourself very well, to convey the message, to let everybody heard and know you. I know that every time I express an idea or concept, at the second day or second year, I'm going to explain it further. And we are going to make it very convincing that when I express myself, I'm going to come back to the same stage as second year to re-express it again. I'm not a good speaker. I'm not a good public speaker because it is very technical. We have to hire technicians and professionals to do that. I do respect all the professionals, but I'm an amateur speaker. However, I know very well, I do sincerely hope that by attending such a big event, I could use up this opportunity to get a face-to-face chance of communication with all of you. Over the last few years, especially in 2018, it is very unique. Back in 2018, it's been a 7-year journey for WeChat. And we have a lot of happy days and unhappy days, but now it's the 8th year. In this August, the hot registration is up to 1 billion. It was a big milestone. It is a historic event. It is the ever first app who has reached 1 billion DAU. Hardly have we ever released the data, and we have never shared with you our ambition. We know that it will be heated, but we are not releasing on which date. But still, given what I have said and thought, it was a great ceremony we should celebrate. Over the last few years, we are updating the 7.0 version. That is a new version. 5 million are complaining about that, and 1 million have told me how to do a good product, and another 8 million don't know what it is for. Have you ever understood the app very well? If you're a good reader, show up your hands. Let me see. Thank you very much for your cooperation. So many supporters. 10% raised up their hands, as far as I can observe. In my WeChat moment, I released some lines, some sayings, but we have many versions to give you more explanation. I'm not here to give you some explanation because it is something worth of your own interpretation instead of mine. The words that can we express might not be understood, but please follow your own interpretation. That is a unique journey embarked on by yourself. I know that WeChat in the opening screen is one person standing in front of the earth. That is the opening page. Many people come up and ask me what it is for, why only one person, a single person sitting in front of the earth, and even earlier version is one person standing in front of the moon. It is highly imaginative. At that point, for this part, everyone could have your own explanation or interpretation. We don't have standardized answer. Over the years, when you are watching the opening screen, you might have a very special and personal, unique. What is he doing? Why does he stand up in front of the earth? And year over year, you might change your thoughts and your mind. For this personal journey, that is a very unique and very good opening screen. Among 1 billion users, you have your own explanation, your own story, your own touching point. It looks to me that many an app changes their starting page, but WeChat remains the same. It will never be changed in the future. I could promise that to you. It looks to me that WeChat is quite different from other applications. One friend told me WeChat is a very unique thing in the mobile internet industry. It's not like any other applications. It was really surprising for me. However, it makes me proud to have WeChat. You are a different thing. You are not following the trend. You are standing. You're quite outstanding. We know that being outstanding is like being excellent. I'm also very surprised that WeChat is very different. It's not because we are using special tools or design. Instead, the bottom line of WeChat is really unique and outstanding. For many products, they are not treating it as a product. They are not respecting their users or subscribers. Our bottom line is very basic. It's treating it as a product and respect of our customers. Every day when you are using WeChat, you will see many different things and aspects like Spring Festival is coming. We are going to following the event. All the applications are changing their color. They're using yellow, red color, more bright. It's like the famous Chinese dish of the scrambled eggs with tomato. However, over the years, WeChat has never changed the color. Many might come up and ask me, how could it be remaining the same color? My team members and I are showing high respect to the users and subscribers. We have our own understanding, and we are receiving misjudgment. For some common sense, common knowledge, for some, they feel it is very difficult to understand. In today's open calls, I put it in the evening. Because if you want to prepare yourself with efforts, I may run out of my time. In the evening, if I could run out of my time of presentation, you will tolerate that. So I want to give you a warning sign. I have prepared it pretty well, and from last night to today, I realized I might run out of my time. If you have any complaint, if you're unhappy about that, if I want to go to the toilet, please make yourself feel good. For this time, I've did a really good preparation. Because for the previous presentation, I'm kind of in a hurry. I will give you 2 points or 2 pieces of message and give you more explanation. But by today, WeChat is getting 1 billion DAU. It is the 8th birthday. So for the next stage, it's going to start a new page. So I want to spend more time with you to share with you the thoughts on the orange, the nature of the WeChat, to better understand about who we are, to understand WeChat in a more broad approach. I want to take water to sip my throat. For many a time, I want to ask you a question. What is a good product? What's the definition of a good product is? A good product might get a lot of users, or it will make you addictive to it, or otherwise something, other indicators. Personally speaking, a good product. In my mind, I'm a very senior, very old product manager. So for the concepts of a good product may vary between me and you. Years ago, when we were using iPhone, we will understand and we try to ask the question, how could it be like that? Very beautiful, very powerful. And I do adore the concept of Jobs. Where did he get that? But I gradually know the company brought up those ideas and concepts. One designer, Naps, shared with all of the world 10 basic ideas of good design, and you could have a closer look. The first line is a good product is creative. It must be a creative theme. The second is good product is useful. It must be of good use to people. The third is a good product is elegant. It must be beautiful. You will like it. The fourth is a good product is easy to use. It's not difficult to open or turn off without any instruction. You will know that. The fifth is it is not high profile. It's low profile. So please get idea low profile. The sixth is a good profile is honest. A good product is honest, so we have to be honest to our users. You know what is honest application, but for a product, how could it be honest as a question? The next is a seventh. It will remain for long term. It will never get diminished over the years. The eighth is a good product. Will never miss a detail. The ninth is a good product. It's environment friendly, it is saving the energy and resources. The next, a good product will choose the concept of less is more. Those are the concepts of Mr. Nams, the 10 core ideas of design. I have broadened the horizon to use that and put it on the software instead of hardware. What is good product? The 10 rules apply. By far, in today's world, you are more caring about traffic, monetization instead of good design. Some will miss the point of what is good product. It's like we are making the small programs in the WeChat. Our design is to provide more notice to the users so that the users could get all those information and help you to monetize and get more traffic as well for most of the players and the stakeholders.
大家来理解为什么微信是这样子的？为什么微信看起来与众不同，并且
You might miss one question, a very cool question.
原则。所以大家会看到刚才说的，微信不会做一些节日的运营，
I
或
ask
者
this
一些
question
随着
to
节日
you
一
to
些
help
高考
you
就
to
有变化了。
fresh
很
up
多
your
人会
mind.
认为这是微信很克制的结果。但事实上我解释过，微信并不克制，我们的词典里没有克制这样一个词，而是我们只是一直在遵循一种好的。
So we're not going to do some operations over the festivals.
所以，如果我们去把我们的 logo 变了一下，我们觉得在破坏好的产品的设计，我们会觉得这个是不美的，所以我们不会去做它，仅此而已，而并不是我们做了什么创造。但是我观察到
A good product.
特别多的业界的产品经理，比如说很多人毕业以后，他就会被自己
If
的
we
公
want
司误导了，
to
因为很
make
多
the
的公
logo
司的目
work
的是要
for
做
long
流量
term,
变现，所以大家的 KPI 就是如何产生流量，如何变现。那一旦围绕这样一个目标，大家的工作就已经不是做最好的产品，而是用一切手段去获取流量而已。
You could know many of the product managers after graduation, they would be misguided by their first company after graduation.
在这一点上，我要特别感谢我自己的经历，因为可能在20多年以前，我在用 PC 的时候，我知道 PC 里面什么是好的产品。
If you are targeting at getting traffic, that is not the principle we are preaching.
像微软的产品一样的好，所以我还挺感谢微软的，因为它通过它的一系列产品，教会了我什么是一个好的产品。当我们在 Web 时代做 QQ 邮箱的时候，我也知道在 Web 上什么样才是一个好的产品。在手机时代，我们经历微信。
If I'm going to do it alone, I want to make it as a product produced by Microsoft.
我举一个例子，有一次我就问一个同事说，在 PC 时代，PV 量最大的页面是哪一个页面？
We have experienced a lot, and I know very well what is a good product and what is not.
哪一个页面？ 这是翻译出来的吗？哎呀，我没想到这里有翻译，因为我的普通话并不好，那这样会体现我们的翻译水平比较差。而且他没有针对我进行过专门的学习。那刚刚这个问题哈，在 PC 时代，其实浏览量最大的页面是 IE 浏览器的404的页面，对吧？用过浏览器的人可能都知道。然后我就问大家一个问题，我说，既然是这个页面的 PV 量特别大，那微软为什么不在这里放一个广告？ 因为这样的广告曝光肯定是一个巨大的一个海量。然后，对啊，为什么微软不在这里放一个广告呢？然后我们的同事们回答不出来了。对啊，那微信的启动页为什么老是一个人看着地球？为什么不放一个广告呢？所以这是一个同样的一个问题。 对，为什么启动也不放个广告？大家是不是觉得应该看一个广告这样舒服一点？我觉得有
It
可
might
能的，
be
因
a
为你每
possibility
天看
because
广告
every
看
day
习
you
惯了，
are
一旦没
quite
有广告
familiar
看，你会
with
觉得
watching
很
the
不舒服，
commercials. Without that, you will feel very much
会
uncomfortable.
适应的。
You are highly adaptable as a person.
所以其实大家可以
You
想一
could
下这个问
imagine.
题。微信有8
It's
年
been 8
了，
years
很
with
多人
you.
今天在晒朋友圈，
You are
说他
showing
用了
photos on
2600
the
多 天
moments.
了，
You
虽然
are
说差一点
saying
点
you are using it up
也
to
很接近了。
2,800 days. It's almost approaching my record.
那你想一下，这8
Over the
年
last 8
你每天
years,
花在微信里的
every
时间
day,
多少？
how many time did you spend on WeChat?
每
On
天
daily basis, how
可能
much time?
有半个
Half
小时、
an
1
hour,
个小
1
时、2 个
hour,
小
or
时
2
都没
hours, or
过，
even
对吧？
longer?
然后再想一下，
Another
你花
question.
最亲密的
How
身边的
long
朋友、家人
and
身
how
上的
much
时间有
time do
多
you
少？
spend on and with your friends, your families, and your
那你是花
relatives?
在家人身上、朋友身上的时
So,
间多，还是
which
花在
part
微
is
信里的
bigger?
时
Which
间
part
多？
is bigger?
有可能微
You
信的
might
时间
spend
还多
longer
一点。
time
如果微
even
信是
with
一个人
WeChat.
的
If
话，
WeChat is a
那他一定
person,
是你
it
最好
must
的
be your
朋友，
best
因为
friend
你在他
because
那
you
里花那
spend
么多
more
时
time
间。
with WeChat instead
如
of
果微
your
信是你最
friends.
好的朋
If
友，
WeChat is
然后
best
你
a
还跟你
friend
最好的朋友
and
见
you're
面，
meeting him or
那你
her
要每次先接
every
一个广
day,
告，然
every
后你还得
day,
撕下来才能跟他说
your
话。
friend is putting on a
就是那
commercial
样
on
一
the
种感
face.
觉。
You are going to get it off every time you talk to him. How was
所以
that?
所以我们并不希望你跟最好的朋友说话，然后你
If WeChat is
我
best a
看他
friend,
脸上
I
那个
don't
广
want
告，然后
to
他把它取下来，
see
然
the
后跟他
commercials on the
对吧？
face before you talk to him.
但是我们坚持这一些好的
Those are
产
the
品，这并不意
principles
味着
of
我
a
们没有
good
改变。
product, but we are
所以
not
最近
remaining the
大
same,
家
we're
看
making
到
progress.
7.0发布
Ever
的时
since the
候，有
release
一个
of the
特别大的调整，比
7.0,
如说我们先不说功能
we are
来说
reaching
，UI
the
上的话，大家也会
8.0
看到，
version. The
这个 UI
UI
突然变白了，
function
变得刺眼了，
is
有
changed.
非常多的人来吐槽
Many
说
complain
不习
the
惯。
white card makes them feel uncomfortable.
其实每一个大的改版都会
A
带来
big
很多人的不
change
适应。
will
特别是
make
微信
most
这
of
样一
users
个
uncomfortable.
10亿用户量级的产品来
We
说，
are having 1
那
billion
当我们认
users.
识到这一点，你任何一个改动都会有5亿人
For
站出来
each big
说不
change,
满
at
意
least
的时候，我们就知道我们
15%
不
of
能
them
够
will
按
not
不能
be
投
happy
票
about
来
that,
决定
but
我
we're
变
not
法。
following the vote of the
如果你不投
users.
票，那我们可能什么都不
Otherwise,
能
we're
改
not
了。
going to change anything.
那我们只会按照我们自己的专业的
So,
方法
as professionals
最
and
后我们再往
technicians,
每
we
一个
are
方向去
making
做。
decisions by ourselves.
就像微信的7.0的新
The
版，
new
其实
version
我们内部试用了很长时
of
间，
8.0,
然后
we are
自己
using
也
it for
在
long
两个版
term,
之间
and
不停地
I'm
切换。
also shifting between the
然
two
后
versions,
当我用了2个月
7.0
之
and
后，
8.0.
我发
After
现
2
我不愿意
months
切
of
回到
practice,
旧的版
I
本去了。我
refuse
知道
to get back to the
这个
7.0
应该
version,
是
so
我
I
们的用户也
decided
可以接受。也许
to
他们一
choose the
下子
8.0.
觉得
Our
能接
users
受，
might
但是我
not
相信
like it in the
他们适
first
应过来以后，也
instance,
会
but
接
I
受的。
believe that they will like it and they will
那
be
重要的
highly
是，
adaptive.
我们必须要让我们的产品不停地
Moreover,
往前去
The basic thing is
适应这
our
个时
product
代，
needs to be
而不是说我们
get
因为害怕
updated
用户
to
的抱怨，
fit
我
for the
们
new
就不去改
trend.
变它了。那前面这一部分，我觉得
That is my first
简单
part of
地讲解了一下
presentation.
关于
I have
嗯
simply
什么是一个
explained
好
the
的产品，
definition
为
of
什
a
么
good
微信有
product.
这么多一些
How
看
could
起
it
来
be
很
that
奇怪的，
WeChat
当然在我看过来太正常不过的一
is
些
showing some
产
very
品的
normal
一点。
features
那
which
很
might
多
be
人会说，
unfamiliar with to others?
呃，
Some may even ask,
微信是因为这么大了，
WeChat
所
is
以我
a
经
big
常，
application.
当我说了一番话，然后大家说我是站着说话不
And
腰疼，因
somebody
为微信这
will
么大了，所以你怎么说都可以的。
confirm that I'm a winner, so I can say
但我自己
anything
并
I
不这么
want,
认
but
为，
I
因为
never
微信
think
团
that
队内部的人
approach.
大家都知道，
We
我
have
们
a
从第一
strong
天
team.
起，我们就
From
是这
day
么认为
one,
的，而不
those
是
are the
说我们
concepts
有
we
很多
are
用户了才会
upholding to.
这样
It
去
is not
做。
because we are trying to satisfy our users.
所以我
Not
所
like
以
that.
在这里我也愿意花
I also want to
时间来回忆
spend
一下
some
我们的
time
历史。
to share with you the history
很多人
of
可能会听过
WeChat.
这样一个故
Many
事，就
might
是
hear the
当时
story.
我
Back
给
then,
写了一个邮件
I
说
write email to
开
Polly.
微信这个项目，
The
但
project
这个
will
事情都不
fail.
是真实
That
的。
is a new
但
episode
是还
of the
但是
history.
但我顺便想起来，还有很多是不真实的，
But
比如说
there are
说我们
also
的
some
公司料
untrue things. I choose.
而且这种不真实我没法去
There's some untrue stories and
没法
legends,
去澄清
and
的。
some stories I cannot bring you real evidence. I was asked, have you ever been to a certain strange place? In certain cases, I talk to my colleague, I feel a lot of fear. The night I wrote the email, if I played the volleyball or something else, I might miss a point, I might forget that. So WeChat might never come into being. Otherwise, some other team could bring similar applications instead of WeChat. So I realized that some ideas are out of the blue. It's like the arrangement of the God. So I hope that you can really treasure your fresh idea. That might be something out of expectation. Or we can say it is not a surprising idea. It's like the God is a programmer. He plants the idea into your brain. It's not like you could wait. Somebody else, the God, will give you a good idea. It's not like that. In the first 1 to 2 years of the release of the WeChat, our team did another project. The other project ranked first in China among the like. And we failed to make new breakthrough. My team spent 1 year, want to add some new thing. It's like a reading small application. The name is Reading Space. The project, Reading Space, there's so many hands are raised up to confirm my efforts. So you are the fans of the web era. You are the senior users of the web arena. In the application of the reading space, I did try a lot of new things and ideas. Among the hands who put that raised, it is for reading, because back then blog was very popular. You could book some blogs and do some readings, to go through some articles. I like that. And we have a broadcasting function. It's the orange was more earlier than that of blog. You could write some lines of the words to express yourself. Every day, you could also read the articles recommended by others. However, reading space is a sub-indicator in the email boxes. The size of the users are very limited. When cake was coming out, it was a small sign of opportunity. Back then, I was using the smartphones not very long time, and I did not use a QQ. I need to use a good and functional tool to send message or chat to others. A very simple idea. We want to bring out a very low-profile application of communication for a small number of users. It's like the smartphone version of QQ. So we are getting 10 people together to create the predecessor of WeChat, among which 2 are responsible for Android operation, 2 for Apple, and 2 for Cyban, and 2 responsible for the backstage operation, 1 UI, 1 for UI, myself, and new graduate student. After 2 months of operation, we brought up the first version that was orange of QQ. Sorry, WeChat. After the production, we felt very uneasy because we don't know where it is heading for. Today, users showed on the moment they are the 10th day user of the WeChat. In the beginning, WeChat had a very small size of the users. In the next 6 months, WeChat did have very small size of the users as well. The reason was it was a new product. It's not easy for a new product to attract more users, but we have one approach, one discipline. If a new product fails to get a natural growth curve, we might not promote it. In the first 5 months, we did not promote WeChat. We want to have a very close look at the attraction level of the product. Could WeChat be a very natural attraction to most of the users? From the 2.0 version, the growth curve was growing up, not that fast. However, at that point, we knew we could do something to promote the application. Back then, it is not a certain thing, because WeChat was challenging and imposing pressure to the operators. It's like a natural substitute of the SMS. For that reason, we are not courageous to get all those names and the numbers from the address book of the smartphone. If we could do that back then, it was much direct, and you could choose your reference from your address book of the smartphone. So we are linking WeChat to QQ to select your best friends, but we have never copied that of the QQ. We want to choose it as a source of the besties and friends and make them your besties in WeChat. It was really a lucky choice. First, we did not copy the address book from your smartphone or from the QQ. We don't have the copy function. It decides very much on the users to pick up their friends. The second is, before the full validation of the product, we did not promote it with a lot of efforts. Those two events are very much essential. That means WeChat has a very healthy growth curve. That is a very good start and a very early start of WeChat, and gradually we have a lot of experiences, ups and downs. I'm not going to waste your time to talk about that. For me, I feel very lucky as well. I could grow together with WeChat. From 0 to the present day, now it has the DAU of over 1 billion users. At this time point, a very critical time point, from some other perspectives, I also want to share with you the starting point, our reflections on different sectors of WeChat. It might help you better know why WeChat is reaching to the current status and what will be the future evolvement. I've already finished 1/10 of my presentation, and I want to take one more sip of the water. If you want to go to the toilet, please show up your hands. So, do you have enough patience to stay with me today? Your applause will determine the length of my presentation. I can make it pretty long and very short. Something new for you. Our aspiration of making WeChat. That's my first time to talk about aspiration. It is a very popular word, but it is also cliché. I've never touched upon the word aspiration of WeChat, but I want to make it easy and familiar to you. And I want to use another word to replace that, the word of aspiration. It's more like a primer momentum. It's like aspiration as well. But aspiration is too general. I want to narrow it down. True aspiration is hard to dig in, so I want to replace your primer momentum to aspiration. Momentum is something deep into your heart. It is your recognition. It is your hope. It is very strong. And it could stay for a long term, and you could walk through many ups and downs until you can reach to that. It's quite similar to, but still a little bit of different to aspiration. It's your deep expectation to make something done. It's your in-depth target. For some time, I will also talk to myself. Unconsciously, we're doing something continuously. If we bring it out to the surface, the momentum of WeChat, at least two. The first is, I've already touched upon that on the previous open course. The first momentum is like a tool. WeChat is in the willingness to create or make itself as a good tool, adapting to the changing trend. Tool is a word frequently raised up by me. It is my own prejudice. It is my own favor over tool. After my graduation, I could board the code. I could write the code to finishing the programming of the Foxmail. It gave me a lot of senses of achievement. It's like I'm building up the bricks until it could make a building and could write the manual instruction, and I will make a whole package. It's like you are making out a tool. You have a great sense of achievement after that. A good tool is a big attraction to me. It is something worth of our efforts. We are starting the WeChat production from the version 1. We want to make it into a very effective tool. Yes, it's a tool. It is a quite challenging task to finish, to complete a good tool. Especially if you want to make a satisfactory tool, you are going to set a high standards. You might never ask a question, why could you make such a good tool? Was that worth the efforts? It's like it's related to the mentality of the users. I know it very well. China has over 1 billion users for most of them. They are used to the bad customer experience. It's like the commercial. If we are giving you commercial, you might get used to that. So you are used to those, the opening commercials, the advertisement, or the clicks. There are many cases. If you go back to the SMS era, please go back to your memories. How many commercials and advertisement or other unuseful information you were receiving? It must be more than the useful information. However, the worst scenario is you believe it is quite normal. But those are the unnormal part. If you can distinguish the good from the bad, you can give up some bad things and choose the good things. For WeChat, we have some bottom lines. It is a good product. It will accompany you for a very long time. For the customers, it's like your old friend, your bestie. You're not going to destroy the connection between you and your bestie. The second part is about being adaptive to the trend. It's not hardware. It's not like you're buying this for the next 8 to 10 years. We have a slogan. We have to change because the speed of iteration of the mobile internet is going to be very fast. Even the white appliances, you're never going to endure 10 years. So what is WeChat? The definition, the slogan, the logo. So have you ever heard of that or remember that? Yes, someone got that. I suppose you are one of our colleagues. It is a way of living. It's a big question, a way of living instead of a lifestyle. Somebody who is going to help me to answer the question. A way of living instead of a lifestyle. Do you have such a feeling over the nuances between the two? It is a lifestyle. It is quite normal. Quite mediocre. It's not going to change your life. But we change the words into a way of living. It's very unique. It's not following the masses. It's not normal. It's like something unique to the WeChat. But I'm not doing brand promotion. I don't know how to explain that to you. But I know that it should be a way of living. But grammatically, it might be the same. It is a way of living. But we are not. It is a tool of communication. Back then, we defined as a way of communication. It's not going to open a space for future imagination for WeChat. Back then, I supposed if WeChat is a way of living where you can talk to your besties on a daily basis, it will penetrate into your life. We can influence a person on how to communicate with their friends, how to kill their time. That means we should make a trend. It's like the breakthroughs made by WeChat. It's not only a functional breakthrough, but a way of living. There are so many cases that can explain, my dear, when you are scanning the QR code to make the payment, it is a way of living. It is a way of payment. When you are shake out some stranger out, it is a way of knowing a people. I still remember that when we released the function of the people in the neighborhood, we feel very much upset. Prior to the birth of WeChat, none of the applications will help you to look at who are there in your proximity. You don't know the function, what kind of results will lead to. And it's all of a sudden you can say hello to the people surrounding you. You don't know what will be the possible changes and consequences. Those are our fear over the unknown and uncertain. However, from another perspective, the other part of the coin, WeChat, is belonging to your smartphone. It can help you to do new things that you cannot by yourself. It's like you are helping you to think to the people surrounding you. It will change your way of thinking. Our slogan is, back to it. It is a way of living. Over the years, WeChat is getting evolved into everybody's life. That's a good thing. You are using it to create your moments, your red lucky money, your small programs, your friend circle. Our position as a way of living, a tool of communication, is really appropriate. That is how WeChat is being a good tool. Still, it is a tool. We are doing a lot of the public official accounts and the small programs. That's the second prime momentum of WeChat. I'm not going to reveal it immediately. At the second year, the public official account, the function, was released. We were wondering what can we do in a broader horizon, in a broader approach and range. I want to take a sip of water. Please hold for a sec. In the public WeChat account, after 1 year of the release, a question came up to me: we might replace the SMS. It means that we have a new market. We know that many operators back in the PC era needed to send messages to the users. If we can replace the market of SMS, how we can help the users to get more service information from the operators? That is a pain point. SAMs are quite uncontrollable. There are many junk emails, many commercial information. Most users believe it is quite natural. There's nothing wrong. I knew pretty well it is not useful. The market is not effective. Following the principle of the bad coins drying out the good coins is not good. If we are using one method or following one mentality to kill all those junk mails, if we could save the best information to users, it will strengthen up the order of the market. The service terminal and the user terminal will be linked by the function of subscription. When I think to that point, I feel very much excited as a message to Polly. I know that it will create something good, but I don't remember the answer from the pony. It might be like how we can do with the junk information. The junk information would be gone. All those information will be subscribed by the users themselves. Ever since the public official account is getting launched, we had to figure out the final destination or the starting point. Without a good starting point, it's like we are like the operators. It's more like a platform for the traffic distribution. And everything will go wrong. You might know this if you had the previous experience. We should never be a ST platform. If you are looking for the maximization of the profits, is for short-term development instead of long-term growth. If the platform could bring benefits to many, that is the rule for survival in the long term. So it keeps going into my mind who we are going to help and who we are going to target to and what kind of questions we are going to help them to find the answer. I know that we are going to resort to the useful information to clear the question of information asymmetry. That is an advantage of mobile internet. In the traditional business world, if you want to open a store, you are going to find a place with a lot of human traffic. By attracting all those human traffic, you can sell all those products out. But in the world of internet, the territory is not that of a problem. The quality of the service is a real matter. So we want to help those who could deliver good services to reach potential users. That is the target of running the application. So we are going through a lot of case studies. What will be the consequences ever since the release of the public official account? In many of the open courses, I frequently touch upon the word. If a blind person knew how to make massage to the users and customers, how we are going to help the blind person by using the official account to reach to the customers. We know that that is a chain effect. One customer will make the recommendation to the next, and all those potential customers will come up to the blind massage professionals. By having the WeChat public account, it makes no need for the massage professional to send service at a certain brick-and-mortar shop. That is the question for us to have the discussion. The slogan is, the smallest individual will create a brand for the public WeChat account. The brand is not to bother you, it's not to give you the junk information. It's only for those who like that. It's about the beauty of subscription. For this simple case, when we're creating the public or official WeChat account, where is the primer momentum? The blind massage professional represents the individuals. They are adding value and they are creating value, but without the function of asymmetry, information symmetry, abolishment, their value will never be identified. Our platform is to show up their value for those who are creating it. That is the second primer momentum of the WeChat. The next, we have made the small games, the small programs, and we're following the same prime momentum. All those platforms, all those small things, we're following our value. We're helping those value creators to manifest their value and get their returns. Those are the targets of the platform. In the next 2 months, I saw someone who is sending out a QR code in the moment. He commented, even the blind massage professional could use the small programs within the WeChat to make the service booked. This is a very satisfactory case study for me. That is the scenario we are talking about frequently. Many developer is using the WeChat to develop new games or new programs. They feel that the mentality might go against the rules of the WeChat. It is because you are not fully understand who we are. If you understand the principles of WeChat, you know what we are doing now. Our principles and rules towards the small programs and small opportunities are surrounding the 2 parts I've just mentioned. For the 2 momentums, the first is we want to be the best application showing a way of living. The second is as a platform. We want to help the creators to show their value. The 2 pieces look very simple, but not that simple to apply. Over the last 2 years, I saw some phenomena, some events that define my common sense. A case for you. Over the years, many applications set their targets of length and duration of the users, but it's going against my intuition. We know that the users have limited time, 24 hours, just to work, study, and eat. More importantly, the purpose and the objective of the internet is to improve the efficiency instead of waste your time. It is a tool of communication. The purpose is to help people to have effective communication. It's like a very simple thing. Over the years, you're using WeChat. From the first version, we will never give you the mark. It is in the process of sending or has been sent out. We don't have that function, but the similar applications have the reminding function. How could it be? Because we know what is the most effective way of sending out a message. When you are writing down your line, you are pressing the button of send. You will leave your smartphone. You can do something else. That is the most effective way of communication. If you're going to wait it is sent out or not, or it is in the queue of sending out, it is successful or not. If we add in that function, it's not effective. It's going to consume you a lot of time. If it is an information tool, you are meant to help the users to get the maximum information, useful information, instead of giving the user a lot of information and they are going to find the most effective one for them. Their search engine is setting a target of giving the useful information to the users. For the entertainment channel, you must spend more time to wander around. It's like you are watching a TV series. It's not for time saving, but for time spending. For TV series, many of my colleagues watching the TV series to double the speed to save their time. Even if you are shooting a TV series for 100 episodes, if they double the speed, it should be 15 episodes. Many complain you are going to increase the duration of the attention, but I don't buy that. It reminds me something back in 2000 when the internet was emerging. The word the I-economy was coming into being. Most competitors are fighting for longer duration of the users. You might read an article. A long article might be chopped into various pages, and at the end of each page, a commercial would be added up. It takes you more time to finish the information on the article. That kind of experience was still duplicated by many of the companies. It's like that you are reading a short paragraph. You are going to press the other button of get it folded up. If you misclicking the button, you might get more unuseful links. It's not helping the users to improve their efficiency. On the other side, it gives the users more blocks. For the duration of the users, another case for you, very interesting. The WeChat moment was released years ago, and you are going to accumulate more and more friends. For the increased numbers of the friends will cost you more time to go in through them. Theoretically, it seems to me that more friends, more information, and you're going to spend more time. Should WeChat encourage all the users to post more photos or information on the moments, so your friends is going to spend more time as well? However, data shows the result is not like that. It's not following our instinct. From the first year to the present day of the WeChat moment, the average time spent on the WeChat has never been changed, whether you are 10 or 100 friends or even 1,000. Every WeChat will spend half an hour a day to go through all those information on the WeChat moment. It is really surprising news. Man is a very smart animal to adjust the time consumption. It's not going to double or triple their time consumption on the things with more information. If the WeChat moment is too long, they're not going to read it very carefully. They will focus on more interesting information. If there are fewer posters, they will still spend half an hour to do the reading more carefully. The duration is not number-specific, friends number-specific. If you're going to ask the users to stay longer, it will decrease the efficiency of socializing. If there's another application that will increase the socialization efficiency, they might move to other places. So I don't think that the duration of the attention should never be the indicator of the application value. That's my common sense. Everybody has 24 hours per day. Our purpose is not to induce all the users to stay on the smartphone. Years ago, we have a new starting screen with a saying of put down your smartphone and go and meet your friends more frequently. That's our belief. We spend more attention on how to help the users to find or identify an article, application, or posters in a shorter time. We want to help the users to speed up their efficiency instead of the other way around. To improve their efficiency, we are using different ways. It's like something I do myself. If I want to send a message to somebody, but I forget his name, it's almost an unsolvable problem. For a certain moment, I just forget his name. If we have a smarter way, if we can find some people that's related to him and we can find him finally, so when you feel you are missing some information and you can help, and if we can help the user to find the person still, that is the ability we want to get. I'm kind of speaking fast because I have a lot of things to say. I'm speeding up a little bit. It's been over an hour. Our working staff is reminding me. So if I have a suggestion, we want to take a 5 minutes break. So I could relax a little bit, and you could also get some relaxation. 5 minutes break. Thank you very much for your cooperation. So 5 minutes.
This morning, you were moving so fast. Can't seem to loosen my grip on the path. And I miss you so much. There's no one inside. And we're still making love in my secret life. In my secret life, I smile when I'm angry, I cheat and I lie. I do what I have to do to get by. But I know what is wrong, and I know what is right. And I die for the truth. Secret life, in my secret life. Hold on, my brother, my sister, hold on tight. I finally got my orders. I'll be marching through the morning, marching through the night, moving across the borders of my secret life. Look through the paper, makes you wanna cry. Nobody cares if the people live or die. And the dealer wants you thinking that it's either black or white. Thank God it's not that simple. In my secret life, I bite my lip. I buy what I'm told. From the latest hit to the wisdom of old. But I'm always alone, and my heart is like ice. And it's crowded and cold in my secret life. 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 I saw you this morning. You were moving so fast. Can't seem to loosen my grip on the past. And I miss you so much. There's no one in sight. And we're still making love in my secret life. In my secret life. I smile when I'm angry. I cheat and I lie. I do what I have to do to get by. But I know what is wrong, and I know what is right. And I die for the truth. In my secret life. In my secret life. Hold on, my brother, my sister, hold on tight. I finally got my orders. I'll be marching through the morning, marching through the night, moving across the borders of my secret life. Look through the paper, makes you wanna cry. Nobody cares if the people live or die. And the dealer wants you thinking that it's either black or white. Thank God it's not that simple. In my secret life, I bite my lip. I buy what I'm told. From the latest hit to the wisdom of old. But I'm always alone, and my heart is like ice. secret land. In my 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 secret life. In my secret life. In my secret life. In my secret life. I saw you this morning. You were moving so fast. Can't seem to loosen my grip on the past. And I miss you so much. There's no one in sight. And we're still making love in my secret life. In my secret life. I smile when I'm angry. I cheat and I lie. I do what I have to do to get by. But I know what is wrong, and I know what is right.
Welcome back. We are going to continue our presentation. Last time, I also spent a very long time in the presentation. That was an 8-year presentation for the internal trainee. I made a plan for 3 hours, however, I make it into 8 hours. But today is not going to be 8 hours. Don't worry about that. I spent 1 hour and went to make a stop because it's not my habit to spend 1 hour on the stage. Normally in the conference, it's more like a conversation instead of a solo. And the momentum of developing WeChat has been discussed. The next topic is about the small program. What's our attitude, and what will be the natural result? Many a company is producing small applications and related platforms. Small applications or small programs were touched upon 3 years ago. It's more like application account. Up to today, in this year, the major players of the market are promoting the platform for the small applications. It's a good news that many players are joining the market, and we're not afraid of such a competition. Yes, we are making similar products in the same name of a small program or small application. Even interfaces remain the same as ours, but we are not afraid of creating a big challenge to us. Each company would have their own team and platform. It means that we have different styles, characters, and ability. The more important difference lies in your prime momentum. If the momentum is to do a traffic business through this small application, I'm not optimistic about that. If you are only making yourself good instead of others, it's not going to survive. The mission of the small application is to get value back to the creators. That is our starting point. For the rest of the players, to get traffic, distribute traffic, to monetize the traffic, and as a small application is more like a tool. It's in contradiction with our own momentum. Many would be puzzled at the concept of decentralization. If you know very well about our momentum, you could get it. Decentralization is a way of doing things. Without that, if we are monopolizing the major small applications, the developers from outside will lose their job. We can get something from the short term because we can get the first-tier traffic, but we will lose the whole ecosystem. Even our investment portfolio will follow our own idea. Otherwise, the ecosystem will fail. The platform will not have any element of fairness. We want to maintain a healthy platform instead of getting your traffic to nurture your own products. That's not our mission. Not long ago, the second biggest game company come up to me because they want to do the same thing. But we're afraid if we're doing the same thing, we can kill them. But I convinced him, you think too much. WeChat does not have a center area to distribute our interior games to kill our competitors. That's not our way of doing things. Also, I want to make it clarified. For those investment portfolios of Tencent, we are treating them the same. But for some of the investment portfolio, we will give them more favored policies. Yes, that might happen, but that's not our purpose or intention. We might not have a good enough protection system, and our team will focus more on creating a fair platform. All companies, no matter they are belonging to our portfolio or not, they will be treated the same. A little bit of reflection back to the small application. It's been 3 years, a very long time. It's not going that fast. Back 3 years ago, we made out a small application out of the raw. We are nurturing the prototype Before we are getting up to the profile, we made it released. It's not the way we are doing things previously. We will never release something without the prototype. We did that because we want to bring some inner pressure on us. We have to make that. We have to do that without the release or launch. We might hold back. We might give it up because of the difficulties. Something might not workable. I still remember 1 year in the open course, I shared with the audiences we are going to launch the service of small applications. In the same night of the open course, I talked to my colleagues and my team members with one question, with one topic. In which directions we are going to die? It's not going to talk about the bright outlook, but about the level of difficulties and what are the challenges we are going to confront. We're not holding a positive attitude to do this, but instead, we find it too hard. However, we have to make it, we have to create it, and we have to release it. How could it be? It could be reached. In one of the open courses, I spent 1 hour to explain the level of difficulty. I'm not going to repeat that idea to point down to the core idea. Applications are services of uploading and downloading. The experience of the website is not that good as well. The small applications in this era is the most friendly way of service delivery. This experience of website is not that good. You might not agree with me. I also shared with you the experience of the public WeChat account is better than that of the website. In the public WeChat account, we are providing you better template. Even the amateur author could follow the template to give you better quality. But for the small applications, we have a narrow space for you to write something down. So from the perspective of the user, they will find it highly standardized. For the small applications, we have set very strong determination, but it is also small ecology. It's not a simple 2C terminal, and it's not going to be validated in the short term. A platform will never bring to you the whole ecosystem in short term. We're very patient. In the last 2 to 3 years, we make it happen step by step. We are bringing out the public official WeChat account. That is a success. And we have to stay patient, and we should never make it to monetize to get the bonus of the traffic. In terms of the traffic bonus, this small application did not bring us any extra benefits. We would rather say the interface is gradually opened. For the users, for the WeChat subscribers, they will find it valuable. It is a good application. Even up to today, it is not that successful, but it is getting perfection. I also have seen a lot of case studies, online and offline. In the offline part, we're using the small applications into a store to collect your customers, and online, we have many other case studies. It's not a perfect being. We're going to do a lot of adjustment and polishing. Several core points about this small application. When we were releasing the application, the small application, In offline, you're going to scan the QR code to get it into your WeChat, and online, through searching and socialization, the two channels will enable you to get a new small application. Socialization is a very good source, but in terms of the search, we did not fully maximizing the function of searching. We did some pilot program. When you are searching the flight number, the small application will give you something back to show you the full detailed page, but that is internal test. Our purpose is, through the searching, you are going to get into the data of the small application in a highly comprehensive approach for the users. Or otherwise, we can send out the small application directly to the users. That is how we're going to realize the reach of the small applications, but we are not make that happen now. The happy thing is our team spends a lot of resources on completing that target, and we have some preliminary result. That is the difference between the app and the small application. In the apps, you're not going to search into the data within the app. Each app is highly dependent, they're not linked. But in the small application, we are able to search into the internal database. When we're doing a demo, the many information we are able to get through the search. We could go into the core part or inner part of the article of the small application. The next is we are perfecting is evaluation system. When we are searching something, for example, I'm going to search in the local food in certain city, a lot of small applications will bumped out. So we are going to search if there's any applications that has already touched upon by friends. That is part of the evaluation system. Or we can do better ranking in the long term. That is what our team is looking forward to get about. The third is how we are going to find or identify the small applications. I saw some of the gossips in the opening screening of the event. Is that possible? Each small application could give you notice. Is that possible? Everything is possible. But still something is beyond our reach. It's not allowed. It's not like we are willing to do this or not. But what kind of consequences, pros and cons it will bring to us? Giving notices is a good thing, but if all these small applications are giving you bunches of notices, it's not good news. Every day you are going to get a lot of updates from multiple. The public accounts is like the junky information. It's like you're not going to read all those notices. If one day these applications could give you notices every day, you are going to flood it by those notices. Nobody will read that anymore. The function of giving notices is not the final solution to a question. Still, we keep thinking about how we are going to make this happen without destroying the experience of the users. For example, the users might make the click. The small application might send you 1 to 3 pieces of messages. This is still not perfect. For the recruitment or search back of the small applications, we might use the star labeling. Still, it is not perfect. We need to upgrade it in the long term. It's not from the perspective of the 2Bs, instead it's from the 2B side. On certain cases, the users fail to search back the previous applications or some applications that has been forgotten by him. We want to help them to get that back. That is our starting point. In the version 7.0, a function is a constant reminder. It's very personal. You might set your friend into the function of a reminder. If he sends you a message to call you upon a conference, the strong reminder will give you a shake of the smartphone. For the strong reminder, the best scenario is when you are joining a line or a queue. There's no need for you to stay in tune with the smart application. Instead, you could send a code to get the strong reminder. When you scan the QR code of the restaurant, you might get a strong reminder from the restaurant. It's more functional and powerful than the application or the small application. There's no need for you to open any of the public official account. And by getting the QR code, you are going to get a strong reminder. That is my purpose. It is for offline scenarios. Online scenarios are also applying. The small applications are also linking the users, but it's not a complete task. We want to make it dedicated. I also have some thoughts on the small games. Our team is also here to share with you some of the latest progress and their thoughts and concepts. Right here, I want to share with you some of my own perspectives. For the small games, from the business perspective, very good. The platform of the smart games are getting good benefits and returns. However, for the return, I'm not that satisfied with that because it's not hitting my expectation. Our expectation is not to get more money of benefits. Instead, I want to find creative, ingenious, and quality games. I'm not going to see many games are copying each other to get traffic. Let's go back to the prime point. The prime momentum of the small games, what are they? We're not going to get or create such a platform. We don't have the objective to get the revenue back. In a WeChat, we don't have the pressure on the return. We believe that good service will generate good returns. Why we're going to create a platform, the smart games, small games, and where is the destination? In my company, I did a sharing before, but I'm not sure whether the internal discussion will be disclosed, and the true information is not conveyed. In the internal platform, I said the prime momentum is to create more creative ideas. This is a platform, creative ideas. What is a creative platform? The small games, in my mind, is different from the interpretation of the outsiders. The outsiders might go with the concept, the small games. It's like the popular games could use the vehicle of a small application and make it into a small game, but that's not my interpretation. It is a way of showing your creative ideas. It's not like everybody is doing the same, is enjoying the same game again and again. Game is also a vehicle. The small games are vehicles. They are taking your ideas. It's like many people will read a long novel, but now people do not read them. But those creative minds are still there. They are writing the games or even shorter novels instead of long novels. So the small games are a vehicle of bearing your creative ideas. It's like you are reading a novel. Yes, playing a game is like reading a novel. Except for novel, we have many sectors needing innovative ideas. A case for you, a typical case for you. An elementary school student could use limited time to know how to develop a small game. He can do that. He can develop a small game for his classmates. It is out of his imagination, his performance and ability. The elders might fail to do that because he is creating the small game for his classmates instead of others. Again, I told my team, I'm not going to find the result of the revenue going up. I want to see more creative ideas and concepts instead. Over the next year, I want to see the creative and fresh games created by those who have never done this. For those mature technicians, they have a fixed mind. They will lose application. They will lose ideas. For those those young or new players, they might think out of the box to bring us more innovative thoughts. That's my indicator. That's my dimension of viewing a successful small game. When we have many ideas, good ideas, innovative ideas, they could have the good return. That's the healthy growth trend of our platform. That's how we can attract more creators. That's how we're going to add value to other users. It is not an easy target to hit, but that's our platform's final mission. Without the dream, without aspiration, without mission, we will soon treat ourselves as a portal of the traffic, and we will end up our life cycle. That's something about the small games. That's my expectation. I hope that in the platform, you are going to bring us new and fresh games. Your impression is more than the repetitive game. It's more like a better spiritual experience for you when you are making, when you're enjoying the small game. That is the essence of playing a game with our platform. The next point is about the public or official website account. It is a question of a lot of concern. Many people are doing this. After years of traffic getting, it seems to me that the traffic is running out. But now we are not talking about traffic or return. I want to ask a quick question. How many of you in the audiences are maintaining your own public or official website account? Hands up, please. Hands up. Oh, yes, many. So you are very passionate. I've already said it again and again, the public official accounts are not for you. However, the We Media are the best users. We're not prepared for you, but we want to serve you. Over the years, the public and official website accounts changed a lot. The version has been updated. And we also have a good choice function. The history of the WeChat official account for you now. In its first release, many users accumulated a lot of fans through their traffic accumulation. The good thing was happening quite early, a data for you. The readership, 18% of the readership came from the forwarding of the moments, and only 20 to 30% came from the subscription. It's really fitting for the 8 and the 2 rule. 20% is picking the articles while the rest of the 80 are reading them. Through the years of iteration, the readers are getting more channels of absorbing information. The next is on the quality of the article and contents. The loyalty of the readers will decline. We're also discussing the questions of the public official account. We did change the version without big consequence moderation. And for some public accounts, they find it getting worse. But from the big data, there's no big changes. For the question, for the problem, it's not about the version change. Version change is to help the users to improve or decrease the reading efficiency. Our purpose is to help the readers to improve the reading efficiency. When you are going to read an article or when you browse the article, the efficiency will be increased. So I believe that it still relies very much on the quality of the article. In terms of the content attraction, that is somewhere we are going to stick to. Otherwise, whether we are changing the versions or not, no one will read it. Good content is a king. From the perspective of the platform, a good platform will encourage more content creators to produce more good parts. It's like in the era of the blog. The good bloggers, the qualified bloggers, will write more. When we're doing the reading space, many bloggers are creating good articles. Currently, it seems to me that the bloggers I believe that the celebrities over the WeChat official account is not as many as the previous number of the bloggers. That reminds me to find a better mechanism to encourage more to produce good contents. Without good contents, that is a problem of the WeChat. We are not attractive. I also read some articles of the anti-paper launching. Otherwise, in our platform, it will follow the old rule of the good coin driving up the bad coin driving up the good coin. That's not good. So our purpose is to encourage more creators to bring quality contents. For the templates of the contents, we might encourage more audio or video. Last year, one app over the public official accounts is a possibility. It is only a tool for release. Sorry, I'm going to take a sip of water. For good contents, we have a lot of work to do to help them to get published. In the last year, we are issuing new applications, and we are delayed that pretty much. The release looked of no big use. We plan to release the app. The app is a new thing to get more writers engaged. A normal individual could write your article. It's like the QQ space. Everybody can write your diary. That's our purpose and starting point, but we failed to realize our target. An application did not bring more people. Our direction of the platform is to attract more producers to get better contents. The next about the socialization and communication. It's like a data for you in the WeChat moment, in the early stage. Sharing and forwarding are the main channels of article reading. Only a small batch of users will pick up articles by themselves. That's a very good distribution of the ratio. I will spend more time to explain to you about socialization and communication and socialized reading. The next point is one question I've never touched upon, because in the open course we talk about the general targets, the universal ideas, the small applications, the ecology. For the orange, for the most basic thing of the application of the WeChat, we never touch upon that. So I want to talk about the socialization. We know that WeChat is a socialization tool. We have 1 billion users because we are good at socialization. Socialization, or being social, could be understood by individuals with various interpretations. I'm not going to explain that. Keep to your own interpretation. So I also want to raise up another question of the orange of the socialization. I don't think we have a standardized answer, so I want to make a little kind of imagination. Years and years ago, humans are individuals without socialization. When humans are living together in a community, socialization was coming about in a group, in a community, or in a block. Humans have desires. The biggest desire is not get excluded from the group. So we are going to use the verbals to communicate. If nobody is talking to you, you are marginalized and you are not going to survive. When you are talking to others, what are you going to say? You have to say something valuable and useful. You have to say something to show your value so that others will come up to you and become your friends. In certain cases, you have to exaggerate your status a little bit. That's my imagination towards the primary society. The habit is passing down. So you are going to express yourself very well in your WeChat moment. You are going to PS your photos. Otherwise, nobody will see you as an important figure, and you might be marginalized. In your WeChat moment, you're going to pick up something very beautiful, extra beautiful, or some kind of exaggerated things to get posted. In Zhihu, I raised up a question in Zhihu. I'm not searching for answer, but I want to ask a question now. And the question is, the nature of communication. What is the nature of communication? You have to ask yourself, what is the nature of communication? There's no standardized answer because you are going to explain that from various dimensions. I identified one of the core answers in the social scenario. The nature of communication is manifesting your personnel to others. You have your own personality. You have to have others accept that. Your interpretation of your personality is different from the interpretation of others. So the communication purpose is to have somebody identify, recognize who you are, the way you're speaking, the words you are uttering, are waiting others to accept your personality. You have to get recognition from others, and you are sending out your personality out. That's my own way of understanding the true essence of communication. Is not based on scientific research. If that's true, or if my imagination holds water, you are sending photos of things through your moment WeChat. It's like you are displaying your personality in front of others. You are planting new thoughts on the brains of others. Each of the WeChat posters show who you are, or you're advertising your personality. So each of the moments are carefully selected. You're not going to show something you are not agree with. You're kind of beautifying yourself. The question is also frequently asked as well. I could only send out photos instead of the words. Words are more difficult or complicated to understand. If you want to promote yourself, you have to choose a convenient tool. If everybody is writing a paragraph to explain who you are, it's not that easy. Most of us could find it really complicated or hard to share a paragraph. But if you are showing your photo, showing us a photo, the photo is part of you. That's how you explain yourself. So that makes sense. Photographing is easier for you to show your personality than the words. So photo taking is a much easier tool. For a small group of sober people, like me, I'm going to consider what kind of personality I'm going to show to the rest of the world. I ask me a question frequently, what you are going to show. It's like I'm going to write down a long paragraph. I go back to the root question, what I'm going to convey. So I'm going to delete the paragraph. Because if you are figured out, there's no need for me to explain it to the rest of the world. But for more people, they are reinforcing their shortcomings in the WeChat moments. Thank you for your applause. Thank you for recognition. It is a socialization tool. It is very effective. They are also causing some side effects. When you are posting a tourist photo for multiple times, people might believe you are touring the world. If you are sending photos on the overwork, it seems to me that you are very diligent. But that is a kind of promotion. It is functional, but it's also flashback. But it's also getting flashback. Personality you want to show to others are not the real you. You are not maintaining happiness, sadness, or diligence forever. It will cause misunderstanding. The WeChat moments are showing the best part of you. You are avoiding to let go the worst part. We don't have a tool to record the true part of you. That's why we're adding a new function of timely video. The timely video was renamed like the video dynamics. Because some of you will misnaming our video, like the again video. In WeChat, we are following the rule of giving the easy to pronounce name. In WeChat, we have many good names such as Scan It, Shake It. Those are the very easy to pronounce function. For the new function, we spend a long time to produce a name. It's really hard for us to describe what we're going to give to the users. One day, I read a line in front of the photos and in front of the audios. They call it, we followed a footage by using the timely or again video. That's very much unfriendly to pronounce, so we changed them into the video dynamics. Most of the audiences are the insiders. It's a kind of a trend of escaping from the WeChat moment. The worst part of our sector is you are going to generalize a certain trend. Pass is a very popular product. Everybody is using Pass because we find it really good. However, gradually we realize that the active users of Pass belong to our small circle. The outsiders don't know about it. That might be applied to the WeChat moment. Perhaps you are not using, you are escaping from the WeChat moment, but it does not include the rest of the people in the world. I want to share with you data as well about the WeChat moment. From the release to the present day, it's been 6 to 7 years. A number is keeping on going. That is the person who is using the WeChat moment. In the last 6 to 7 years, the curve is moving up and it is going up again. There's no trend of reversing. By far, is 750 million. Every day, we are seeing many people going there. Altogether, 10 billion clicks are included to open the WeChat moment. It's become a very basic function for you. Every WeChat user will finish that function on a daily basis. It's about socialization. It's like your homework. It's like a very irreplaceable part of your work. You might stay indoors, but it does not mean you are not going to read the moment, because it's part of your socialization function. Even if you are not posting on the moment, you will get engaged into the likes, the rewarding, the reading. Friend, the moment is taking up the functions of online socialization for the Chinese people. So on a daily basis, the size of the users and the readership is enormous. A question is left for you for most of the product manager. How could it be happening over the last 6 to 7 years? It is almost non-stoppable. Every day we are seeing new arrivals. Over the 6 to 7 years, the first generation of the users are growing up. The environment is changed dramatically. Because we are going back to the nature, the essence of socialization. It's like people in ancient times. Our habits never change. The needs, the requirements don't change. The online communication is part of the offline communication as well. It's like a mirror. We are searching to find the most effective way. Without the online community, we are going to attend parties, meetings, restaurants, dinner, to say hello to others. That is about communication among the friends or the acquaintances. The offline communication, in certain cases, are very inefficient. For the WeChat moment, it gives us a new scenario of socialization. It defines boundaries, territories, and time. It's a place. It's like a plaza. Easy to understand. On a daily basis, it's like you are passing by a plaza. Sorry for a sip of water. It's like a plaza. Every day you pass by the plaza, you will notice 3 to 5 people are gossiping there on certain corner of the plaza, and for each of the poster, you could stop for a little while, you talk to them, because you know them. They are going to discuss on a certain topic you might get engaged in or refuse to take part in, and you move on to get engaged with another group. If you finish the walking of the plaza. It's like you are saying hello to each of the friends, you are getting engaged into their life, you're peeping into their conversation. A very key point of the WeChat moment. You could only look at the message from your shared friends. If you know somebody, you can talk to them. It's not a one-to-one conversation. It might be a conversation over 3 people. It's like A is sending out a message, B is giving comment. If you know A and B, you are C, you could talk to 2 of them. It's like a 3 people communication. It's a triangle communication. It's more funny than the person-to-person, one-to-one conversation. It's valuable. If you spend half an hour to go through the WeChat Moments updates, it's like you're finishing your task of online communication. It's really efficient, so you're not going to leave it. Weakness for the WeChat moment as well. It's like plaza, it's highly open. If you're giving out a like, if you are giving out a comment, it's like you're shouting at the plaza. Everybody will hear that and notice that. The pressure is amounting. When you're getting more friends on the WeChat moment, the pressure is more and more obvious. It's like in the beginning, I will send out photos, over 10 photos per day, but now, a photo from a couple of months. When we are feeling a lot of pressure from the WeChat, from the socialization tool, we want to find a leak, find a new way to depressurization. We have to express ourselves in a non-pressurized environment. It's like a paradox. On one hand, you have to express yourself very well. You when talk to yourself, there's no pressure at all. But you're not going to get comments or echo or any socialization benefits if you're talking to yourself. The more hear your voice, the more pressure you are going to accumulate. That is why many people setting the WeChat moment as 3-day visible. Yes, I was asked by many why we are setting up the function of a 3-day visible, which will turn many friends into enemies. I want to give you a little bit of explanation about that. It's a small setup. If you set it as on and off, fewer will move to that part. We'll do the reset. But 3-day visible is the most frequent switch. Over 100 million users will set it as 3-day visible. It is a strong need from the users because they want it to play like that. For the product, it is also rational. A metaphor for you. You will soon know what I'm talking about. If we want to reset all the functions, let's go back. Years ago, we only saved the right path. If we redid it again, I will do it that way. We have WeChat moments.
没有个人相册，或者说个人相册就是私密
We are
的，
going to
别人
prepare
是看不到的。
your
也就是说，我拍一个照片
photo
发到朋友
album
圈，
totally private
那
for the
是
private
保存在我的私密的相册
observation.
里面。
So your poster will
我认为这
remain
个才是对朋友
highly
圈
confidential.
最好的
That's
方
the
式。
best way.
也就是说，朋友圈和相册是两个独立的
The
东西。
WeChat moment and the
只不过
photo
当时做的时
album
候，一
should
不
be
小
well
心把它做成了
separated,
一
but
个
now
东西
we combine them
说
into
同
one.
一个照片既
It's
放在
like the
相册里面，可以
your
被人
photo
意识性地
is
划分，也
pressed
可以放在
in your album and
朋
for
友圈里
public
面作为一个
access.
动态来展现出来。这是把两个东
We
西
are
混在一起
combining
的
the two functions into one.
所以我并不认为说设了3天可见
3-day visible
就会怎么样的，相
makes
反，只
no
会
big
让
difference here.
设置这个的人
It only helps us to
更
better
加勇敢地发
understand
朋友圈。
the user.
那
They
相册这
would
里比如
take
说
up
点进去
more
看这个
courage to
其实
make
如
the
果说
posters.
你要去看一个人的
If you
历
want
史的
to
话，那还
view
不
the
如说
history of
一
the
个人的
individual,
提供他一个叫做他的珍藏，或者说就专门用来展现他的历史
we
状态，
could
他
ask
可以挑
someone
选一
to
些他人生里
pick
面
up the
最
best
精美的照片放在
photos on the
作为
WeChat
别人对
moments,
他的一个可以看到的展现的
so
对比，
others will
而不
soon
应该是
know
把朋
who
友
they
圈的
are.
这种当天的动态放到这里。所以如果这样说的话，大家可以理解了。其实朋友圈和相册
We know
是两
that
个概念
WeChat moments
如果它
and
被
photo
放
album
在
are
一起
two functions, but we are integrate them two into one.
所以刚才说到这一点，其实是想引申出一个问题
A following up question
就是就是视频动态。
about the
我刚刚说
video
了这么多，
dynamics.
其实朋友圈特
I've
别强
shared
大。
so
我相
many
信未来几
things,
年大
and
家
I
还是离不
know
开
the
朋友圈
strengths
的，
and
因
power
为
of the
还没有
WeChat
出现一个
moments.
比它
By far,
更高
there's
效率的
no
社交
of
工具。
such a competing
但是
product
我
to
们也
replace
看到
WeChat
了，
moment.
对于朋友圈这样
For the
一种
WeChat
高压
moment,
力的社交
it
工
is
具，
a
可能并不代表未来的趋势，
socialization
未来
tool
可能
facing up a lot of
大家都需
pressure,
要一
and
种
in the long
更
term,
为轻
we
松的一种方
need
式，
a more relaxed tool
既能够
to
勇
get
敢地表达自己，
socialized,
又
to
能够
express
获得
yourselves.
社交的好处，应该是这样一个工具。这就是我后面要
That
提
is
到
what
的
we're going to do next.
视频动态
The
或者
video
说直播
dynamics
视频
or the timely video.
其实视频动态出来以后，
After
很多人
release
说
of the
不想大力
video
来做视频了。其实我觉得
dynamics,
这样认同。微信怎么可能去做
I
一
was
个
questioned
某种技术领域的事情呢？就视频
by
只是一个
someone
技术
else. It's
微
like,
信要做的是一个通讯社交
but we
平台
want
这
to
样的事情
combine platform socialization
视
and
频对微信来说
communication.
只是一个载体
Video
微
is
信要做的
also
是
one
在这一
kind
块
of
来说
vehicles
要做社交，
with
是要
focuses
做朋友
on
圈之外的。
socialization beyond the boundary of the WeChat moment.
如果说做视频的话，
We are
实际
not
上
specializing
视频
on
量是
video.
很大的，聊天里面的视频量，或者说朋友圈里面的视频量一直都在增长，是挺大的一
The
个。
footage of the video in the WeChat moment is already very big.
所以为了体现一种刚才说了朋友圈的弊端，是为了
The
体现一种
shortcoming
更好的社交模式的话，如果没有视频这个东西，我们也可能
of the
会
WeChat
用
moment
照片
is
去想办法做一种
lacking
新的
new
更轻松的
socialization model.
社交
So
模式出来。
right now we are using the videos to bring up a new type of socialization.
我提议还是休息5
5
分钟
minutes
好不好
break.
谢谢大家
Thank you.
哈。确实我感觉好像有一点点延时了，如果
I
大家需
feel
要休息或
it
者
has
什么，其
been
实随时早退就可以了。
Delayed again and again, so if you want to take
Oh,
early
okay.
leave, I'm totally good for that.